Shalom Evracha, welcome to the weekly Shiur of Zera Shimshon. It's Thursday, Parshas Vayechi, Yud Beis, Chodesh Teves, Topshim Pevav. The Siyata Deshmaya, we will learn together a nifla de geshtikel in Zera Shimshon Ois Tezvav in this week's parasha. A beautiful pshat in a Gemara that's difficult to understand. The Gemara tells us in Masechta Soita Daf Yud Gimel, and Rashi brings this Gemara in this week's parasha. After Yaakov Avinu was nifta, the Shvatim carried Yaakov Avinu to Eretz Yisrael, and on the way they reached a place called Goyren Ha'atod, Asher Be'ever Hayardin. Says Rashi, what was this place? This was a place that when they stopped there on the way from Mitzrayim to Eretz Canaan, Bo Kol Malchi Canaan and Nesiyai Yishmael LaMelchama. The Canaanim and the Arabs came to wage war against the Shivtei Ka, to stop Yaakov Avinu from getting buried in Ma'ares HaMachpelah. What made them change their mind? Say Chazal, the Kibben Shero, once they saw Kisroi Shel Yosef, the crown of Yosef, Tolu Baroino Shel Yaakov, Yosef HaTzadik's crown was on the Oron of Yaakov Avinu, Amdu Kulam, the Tolu Boy Kisreihem, all the other kings, as the Gemara says, there was a number of 36 kings, put their crowns on the Oron, the Hikifu, and the Oron of Yaakov Avinu was surrounded by 36 crowns, Kegoyren Hamukav Sai Shel Kotzim, that's Goyren Ha'atod, like you have a pile of tvur that is surrounded by a gate. This was the look of Yaakov Avinu's Aron, Goyren Ha'atad. Frag the Zera Shimshon, I'd like to understand and analyze this story. The Goyim were coming, they were furious. Why Yaakov Avinu was getting buried in Ma'ares Machpelah? They were good friends with Esav Harasha, and they thought that Esav deserves to be buried over there. Therefore they came to stop Shivtei Ka taking Yaakov Avinu to Ma'ares Machpelah. What made them change their mind? They saw the crown of Yosef HaTzadik on the Oron of Yaakov Avinu. They said, if that's the case, we are backing off. The new Yosef's the son of Yaakov Avinu. The new Yosef wears a crown. So he placed the crown on the Oron. Therefore what? Why did they become intimidated? Why did they back off? That's the question that the Zera Shimshon asks. Yesh Loima explains the Zera Shimshon a deeper understanding in this Gemara. The Balabacha Koshal Yosef. We have to understand, how did Yosef put his crown on the Oron of his father Yaakov Avinu? Putting a crown on Yaakov's Oron means that you're trying to demonstrate that Yaakov's a king. A keser brings out the koach of Malchus. For Hakasiv, the pasuk says, "Ein shilton b'yom hamaves." The pasuk in Kala says, when a person's not here anymore, then he's no longer a king. So, if so, how did Yosef put his crown on Yaakov Avinu? So Yaakov's a king. He's no longer a king. Ein shilton b'yom hamaves. But Tzarech Loimar, that Yosef was trying to convey a very important message. Yaakov Avinu loy meis. The Yisod that the Gemara tells us in Masechtas Tainis. Yaakov is different than everybody else. There's no misa by Yaakov Avinu. V'zehu siman mivuk. This was the proof. Shedafka hu roy lekava b'maras v'peilav loy esav. Since they saw that Yosef's crown was on Yaakov Avinu's Aron, that was a proof to them that Yaakov Avinu loy meis, and therefore he deserves to be in the Ma'ares Machpelah and not Esav. The Kivan Sh'oisna Malachim Ro'ezeh, they saw this, Havinu Ba'atzman Adav Azeh, She'Yaakov Adayin Chai, V'nis Yaru, they became afraid. Shem Hachi Nepchodaitam, Mashlai B'tchila, She'Sivurim Shmeis Yaakov. This is the outline of the Pshat, and now I'm going to explain this a little better and deeper. We should understand why is it that Yaakov Avinu loy meis is a raya, is a proof that he deserves to be in the Ma'aras Machpelah, not Esav. V'atam hu. More the Gavshat. Shlei HaShloisha Avos, the three Avos, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Tiknu HaPagam, Sha'asa Adam Rishon, with his Avera. Adam Rishon eats from the Eitz Hadas, and the Avos came to be Mesakim, that Avera. As Yedua, in the Zera Kodesh, and in many Sfarim, the Avos with their Nisyonos, they were trying to fix the Chet of Adam Rishon. There's Makoros that's right when it says by the Akedah that he put Yitzchak Mimal Eitzim. Mimal Eitzim means above the Eitz Hadas. That was the Tachlis. Says the Zera Shimshon a little deeper. Why do you have to have three Avos to be Masakin Avera? Because in this Avera of eating from the Eitz Hadas, lay Avodah Zarah, Gileroy, Shvichas Damim. The three most serious Averas were all incorporated within the Achil of Eitz Hadas, which now is not the place to elaborate how they correspond, those three Averas, but the three Averas correspond the Chet of Eitz Hadas, and the three Avos, each in their way, were masakin a third of the Chet. Ushvachot shel Avos, the main of the Avos, the Bechirish of Avos, the chosen of the Avos, who Yaakov. That's Yaakov Avinu, as the Zohar Kodesh says. Adam Rishon hevi ilana de moisel alma. Adam Rishon, as a result of the Chet Eitz Hadas, brought Misa to this world. B'yoim achalcha mimenu mois tamus. V'Yaakov tafas bilana de chaya. Yaakov brought a koich of life. Yaakov Avinu loy meis. Umishum hachi isa b'zoyar. That's why the Zohar says the man the chazi Yaakov b'chelma, a person that merits to see Yaakov in his dream, chayin mitoisvele. He is zoichet to a concept called life. Yaakov Avinu represents the idea of chayin. Yaakov Avinu loy meis. Adam Kadma brings in Misa. Yaakov brings in chayin, and there's no Misa in the world of Yaakov Avinu. Umayata, therefore, since it was the Avos that they came to rectify the Chet of Adam Rishon, min haroi hu, therefore it's befitting sheyiu nikborim esle b'mara. Therefore it makes sense that they should be buried next to him in the Mara. Loichen Esav has no place to be near Adam Rishon. She'adarabah kilkel v'leitikein klum. Esav Harasha only lives in the world of Chet. So why should he put Esav near Adam Rishon? We want to put near Adam Rishon people that live their lives in the world of tikkun, of the Avera of Adam Rishon, not people that lived in the world of sin. The ikar shvach shel Yaakov Avinu, and the main shvach of Yaakov Avinu, hainu lefisha hoisa mitasoi shlema. All his children went in the way of Hashem. Shlahoi b'shem doifi ba'avois, unlike Avram and Yitzchak, that they both had a son that wasn't going on the right path. It wasn't mitasam shlema. Only Yaakov Avinu had mitasam shlema. Umisham hachi amri b'perikama the Tainis, the Gemara says in Tainis, by Yaakov Avinu loy meis, because mazaroi b'chayim avhu b'chayim. Like his children are alive, he's alive. V'oid, the future who gamar atikun, he finished the tikkun of Adam Rishon, ma'ashenkin Avram Yitzchak, shaloi gamru hatikun el avodah zara shvichas damim v'adai nisha gilaroyes. And if I may, I would add, the koyach of the chet of Eitz Hadas is the koyach of not being consistent. Shemishmuel is marich. Eitz Hadas toivara means when it's wishy-washy. There's a lot hacherev hamishapeches, which means it revolves. Ein toga malach, ein toga galach. Eitz Hadas means I'm not sure with myself. I'm not consistent. I'm not always doing the rotzen of the Eibishter. Toivara, mixture. Sometimes I wake up on the right side, then I behave. Sometimes I wake up on the left side, and then it's not so good. That's the world of Eitz Hadas Toivara. The Eitz HaChaim was v'achal v'chai la'olam. It was forever. It was eternal. It was consistent. Yaakov Avinu was the beginning of the Eitz HaChaim. Yaakov Avinu is midas emes. Titein emes leYankov. In the midas emes, it's unshakable. It's always. It's forever. It's consistent. Yaakov is the koyach of the Eitz HaChayim, not the Eitz Hadas. We find that Yaakov is compared to the sun. The Shemesh is Yaakov Avinu. The difference between the sun and the moon is the moon is the Eitz Hadas Tovarah. It wanes and it gets bigger and it gets smaller. It waxes and wanes. That's the Levana. We are compared to Levana. We have to be Mesakin Levana in this world of Golus. To be Mesakin, it should become like the sun. The Shemesh is absolute. It doesn't budge. It's always the same. It's Emes. Yaakov Avinu is referred to the Shemesh. Yaakov Avinu, this concept of being the same always. Not being wishy-washy. Not Eitz Hadas Tovarah. Therefore, Yaakov Avinu loy meis, because Yaakov Avinu can't stop from existing. Then it'll be a stira to Emes. Push the koi, Emes lasts in all situations. The first pasuk in this week's parsha says, Vayechi Yaakov be'eretz Mitzrayim. Yaakov lives in Mitzrayim. Even in Mitzrayim, in Eretz Haaretz, he is alive. He is a chai. A chai means he is serving the Eibush exactly the same as in Eretz Yisrael. He wasn't affected. He wasn't impacted. He wasn't mushba. He stays the same. That's this koyach of Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu loy meis. Yaakov Avinu's koyach is to stay on the same madrega always. Therefore, when a person's consistent, his children continue in his ways too. He continues and continues throughout the ages. Mazari b'chaim, afu b'chaim. Esav Arasha wasn't like that at all. Esav Arasha was sometimes like this, sometimes like that. He had strong points with Kibbadav, and he goes into the field, and his over chamesh averos chamurois. This is Eitz Hadas Tovarah. And then he fell into the world of Chet, and that was the end of Esav Harasha. To be buried next to Adam Rishon had to be Yaakov Avinu. Adam Rishon was nichshal in the Chet of Eitz Hadas Tovarah. We had to have over there Yaakov Avinu, which is the koyach of Emes, which was Mesakin, the Chet of Eitz Hadas, and he was the Eitz HaChayim. Therefore, when the Goyim saw that Yosef put his crown on the Oren of Yaakov, representing that he is a melech even after he passes away, that was a proof that Misa wasn't shoylate in Yaakov Avinu. Therefore, he totally deserves to be in Maris Machpelah a lot more than Esav Arasha. Then they said, if that's the case, we are going to put our crowns on Yaakov Avinu's Aaron too. How many crowns did they put on? Says the Gemara in Saita 36. Concludes the Zera Shimshon Devarim Nefloim. The 36 crowns that they put is Merames on Chai twice. 18 times 2 is 36. Chai ba'olam hazeh or ba'olam haba. He's always a Chai. He's always alive. They were trying to demonstrate, they're trying to show that Yaakov Avinu has this double Chaim. He never stops to live. Chai ba'olam hazeh, Chai ba'olam haba, Yaakov Avinu loimes. This is Koyach 36. And since we're standing just over a week from Chanukah, we lit Lamed Vav Neiros, 36 Neiros, because Chanukah helps us survive the winter, which means you have the long nights of Tevis, which are dark, which are bleak, which are the koyach of chashchus, and we illuminate that through the Lamed Vav Neiros, which helps us stay strong and committed and consistent throughout the winter months. This is this koyach of Yaakov Avinu Loimeis that we see Baruch Hashem, Klal Yisrael today, how it's flourishing with moistus, Satorah, with shuls, with koilalim, with Beis Yaakovs. This is Yaakov Avinu Loimeis in Mitzrayim. Vayechi Yaakov be'eretz Mitzrayim. This is the crown that Yaakov Avinu is still wearing until this very day. Schusay HaGodel of the Zera Shimshon Yogin Badenu Leivosha B'dvar Yeshua V'Rachmim Agud Shabbos in Kol Tov.